You let him go! Let him go!
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Homeland Stupidity.
HomelandStupidity.us.
Standing here with Sam Dodson, who I guess you could be considered a relatively prominent critic of Keene Police Department in the past. But you had some interesting comments regarding the way they're handling the protests in Keene in late September '09.
Yeah, I think they've changed their approach. They used to come in, and the attitude was, you know, who can we go and arrest? Who can we haul out of here? What do we need to do to regain control? Whereas when I was outside with a bullhorn on Central Square during Nick Ryder, one of the Disorderly Six's trials, the cop came out, he introduced himself, he shook my hand, he said hi, he said here's what's going on. I had a copy of the statute, the noise ordinance that I knew he was going to claim. He actually read that with me, and we determined that if the court could still conduct business, that, you know, I could be out in the square with the bullhorn and everybody's happy. And I just overall, every interaction now, they have really calmed down. They're doing a far better job of talking to us, finding out what's going on, of actually reading the statutes and making sure that what they're charging has been violated or has been broken, and I don't think they were doing that in the past.
Now, are you finding that you had indicated that some of the folks that, when they were demonstrating, you know, they got a little bit rowdy, one of them was in the face of the cop, and you said that you had an opinion with regard to how the cops handled that. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, yeah. So in the first arrest, they had a guy just shouting freedom. It was one of the college kids. These guys are new to the stuff. They don't know how to do this calmly and peacefully. Was inches from the cop's face, screaming at the top of his lungs, probably right in his ears. It's in one of the videos I shot. And the cops just ignored it, didn't make an issue of it. And it was one of our activists that stepped in and pulled the guy off. There were other officers there that could have done the same thing, and I wouldn't have faulted them for it. But they are acting very professionally. They're very calm. They're not adding to the tension of the environment. They're coming out, they're taking more of a we're doing our job, and we're trying to do it with professionalism and courtesy.
What do you think at this point what has changed? Why has it changed? I guess is probably the more important question that I should be asking.
It's sad to say, but I think it's the threats of lawsuits. That seems to be the only thing that they're interested in changing, is when it costs them money, unfortunately. So the threat of my lawsuit with Cassidy, they arrested her without probable cause, without a violation. They didn't charge her with anything and they let her go. We'll probably take that to a civil rights lawsuit. It'll cost the city, you know, 20, 50K, who knows. But again, it'll teach them a lesson and say that, you know, you can't go out and just arrest people because you don't like what they're doing.
If you think folks should build on that particular method of keeping the state in line, where do you think they should go in terms of the internet or in terms of lawyers?
I think people should do whatever is going to be effective, and we've been trying it all, from talking to them to now, you know, this is the next step. So we've done everything that we know how to do to calm them down, to get them to follow the law, and this seems to be the only thing that's working. Not to say we won't find something different down the road, but for right now, this is what we're trying.
All right, Sam Dodson from Keene. Thanks much.
Thank you.
Technically, Dodson is not his legal name, but I call him that because I think he's earned it. He spent 58 days in jail for refusing to give his legal name to the authorities, and he likes to call himself Sam Dodson. That's at 58 days, he deserves it.
This is Glenn Jacobs. In Homeland Stupidity, if you want to get the news of the day and the best opinions, Homeland Stupidity is where you need to be. It's not stupid.